Hey y'all. Well, this is a kind of a different time of day to be on instead of sunset. Got a special treat. Of course, I've alluded in the past. In fact, we shared one this morning about Christmas and its importance on this old home place where I grew up. I was the baby. My sister and I was the baby of all the kids, and then the old man. we're bookends, oldest grandson and the youngest grandson, and then we had a special treat due to a holiday schedule, and this one showed up today.
I just can't get past the oldest grandson, really?
Yeah.
So the oldest and I'm the baby.
Yeah, the baby, and sometimes, well, no.
December 3rd, I'll be 72.
72, yeah. Well, how about that? So, but Poogie has a pretty close relationship with our mother, who passed in 2019, and we've revived this tradition a few years ago. I think we did it last year as well. Kind of tell them what we're going to do this afternoon, or attempt to do with the tree, the Christmas tree.
You want me?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You were there.
Well,
you were there. I wasn't.
She was raised here.
Right.
At this place where Joel's at. And I was right across and down the road, maybe 300 yards from here, so where I was. And I was over here playing with her, just
Yeah, because y'all would have been about 10 years apart.
10 years apart,
Yeah.
and she just kind of tried to take care of me, and you know, and I come over here and worry her, and she'd act like it bothered her, but it really did. You know, I wouldn't be back home. She'd be calling, "See, Pooh, you come back over?" But anyway, and every year we would go down this little old lake. She'd say, "Let's go find a Christmas tree." And she was the most particular person about her Christmas tree.
No.
Oh.
Among other things.
Yeah, she's pretty particular about every little thing, and including her car, and you know, wipe those feet off before you get in my car. But anyway, so we'd take off up that lane, and I don't know. I talked about it last time we done it. I'm not so sure that she didn't have a tree already spotted, maybe.
Okay.
And it could, but we could go up through there and find one pretty fast.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's funny how that worked.
It was, but anyway, I didn't care. I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
And I think
She didn't make it into a big adventure.
Yeah.
and she, I think I mentioned it the last time, but she would take me while we were up there. We'd go snipe hunting.
Oh.
Yeah, she'd set me on get me as far away from her thing as she could, and set me down by a tree, and then she'd walk off.
That does
And
not
she
sound
said,
like
one of those things will come by you here in a little while, and you'll know.
She really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you ever did come back.
Well, me too. Because I could have went the wrong way and ended up in Appleby.
Wow.
It's a pretty good
I
walk.
never
Did you
knew
ever
that
catch
side of
one?
My mom at all.
Never did catch one.
Man.
Caught a glimpse a time or two, but
Was she gonna cook it if you caught one?
I guess we never did. You know, as soon as we got that tree cut and got it down here to this living room in this house, the race was on to get the star on the top of the tree.
Wish we still had that old star. We're debating between a star and an angel this year.
Are you?
I didn't
Okay.
know where the star came from, but I always thought the star
Well, you
was
gonna-
what it needs to be.
So what color? Hang on, I know you know that. What color did Mom always put the Christmas tree in?
What color did she always put it in?
Yeah, like the lights and the decor.
Oh, well, that wasn't always consistent. Like
She always, the first thing that would happen once she got it plumb,
Let me get out of the sun.
level, all the, you
Oh.
know, get it
Yeah.
perfect, she would get that white snow, is what I call it, and put it on there.
The spray can
The
stuff.
spray cans of snow. Yeah, they were about all 20 ounces probably. And
Talk
yeah.
about detail. Come on.
20 ounces, and it would take at least a 6-pack of them to cover that tray.
What do you think?
And then she always had blue Christmas tree balls, and they were just about that size. Right there.
Oh goodness.
And she'd have them that was white tree, white on a green tree,
Okay, good. So she get a
It's
green
called
tree and paint it
flocks
white.
now.
painted white.
We're
And then
Oh,
put-
flocking it. Okay.
But I think we put the blue lights, every light, and they were a little bit larger than
Little
they,
ones,
they
yeah.
were they were
The
like
big ones.
3 inches long, and you know,
Yeah.
and
Well, we never had the blue lights when we were kids, but now, as we've been sitting here talking about this, I do remember it was very specific. She wanted the white lights.
The white light. She didn't like them
And-
multicolored
But
lights.
Dad remembered the color lights
Yeah.
growing up. In
Yeah.
fact, when she was sick towards the end of her life, I don't know if you remember this, we'd be sitting on the couch and we had decorated the Christmas tree. And by that time, her mind was failing. But we had one of those trees that would alternate between the colored and the white.
Mhm.
And every time the white would come on, she'd smile a little big. And then it was flash back to color and she'd be like that. I
Yeah.
still have that memory. She loved the white one.
we were talking about this morning.
Remember that?
I do.
My oldest son was in
I do.
town yesterday,
Okay.
and today he just left to go back home.
Yeah.
But I was telling him, and he remembered just a little bit
Okay.
about this.
Okay.
About this place.
I was going to tell you,
Yes,
have
he
him
was just-
swing by here on the way
Well, I
downtown.
tried again, but he had to get on to home because he had a boy with him, 12 years
Oh.
old, my grandson.
Yeah, yeah.
Wanted to go fishing with a buddy.
Okay.
He just one of them things.
Well, that's priorities.
I remember him
We
coming
get that we get that thing in there, but that house, you could have never found a warmer place
Mm.
on the earth
Mm.
during the Christmas season than that place right there.
No, you're right.
It was full of love.
Yes, sir.
Uh, and just, I mean, it just.
Well, you
I
know what,
think
Pooh?
about it. I think about it all the time.
Well,
It
Pooh,
just,
remember, I mean, now you and I and some other ones introduced divorce to the family at some point.
yes.
But as far as the kids go and all, I mean, pretty much by and large, there was no drama in that house. Never was.
I remember waking up and hear the grown folks just laughing and
Yeah.
carrying on about the softball.
Yeah.
And I think I told this one time, but first, when there were 5 of us grandkids, my Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
He went down and bought 5 of those radio flyer wagons, and mine was the big one,
Okay.
with tires on it about
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, and it had little fence around it
Okay.
that would come
Little
on,
rails,
little
yeah,
rails,
yeah.
and inside it was my sister's.
Oh,
She
wow.
was the next
Okay.
oldest, and it sat down inside of that one.
Okay.
Then it went right on up to
Just
5
stair
kids,
step.
and I don't know who they were. I could kind of
Yeah.
guess, but
Yeah.
it was 3 more of our cousins,
Wow.
and I imagine Ricky Wagner would have been in that
Randy,
little
maybe
deal.
Randy. Maybe Bailey or David.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but and you talking about looking down that hall from that front door right there to where you to right there where you turn to go into the kitchen.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
That's where all that was set.
Oh, man.
He snuck back there and got that and drug it out of that old back room, which ended up to be Buddy's
Yeah.
room, the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
on the back
Right,
into
right.
the house.
Right, right.
And but boy, it's just I mean, just you can just sit here and really
Yeah. It just washes back, doesn't it?
think about the memories that happened.
Was the
And-
Christmas tree always in the front there?
Yeah.
or we had
Always
it
In that
and
corner,
to the
that right
to the
corner.
right
That's what
of
I
the
remember.
Fireplace.
yeah, the fireplace, or
Yep.
yeah, the heat unit there. And but it was always right there.
Mm.
But it was the prettiest tree I think in the world, because it was just
Yeah.
that white tree with those blue Christmas tree balls and those blue lights. So
Y'all,
Yes.
any of y'all relate to that? I bet you can.
Yeah.
You'll have to sound off your memories in the comments. Well, let's ease up there and see if we can find one, Pooh.
okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
Hey, you remember that? I need to let you. I hadn't got this story from you. I got it from the other participant. But you remember a while back, and I can't call his name. We may have talked about it last time. But
Gary Nix.
yeah, I'd put on Facebook. I had them old dead corn stalks up here, and if anybody wanted them, come get them. Well,
Yeah.
he come out here, and we was right past this pine tree, and he didn't know me from Adam or anybody.
Yeah.
And we're standing out there, and he kind of looked.
Didn't know you from Joel.
Well, him too. But he stopped a minute with pulling up them sides. He said, "I recognize this place." I said, "You do?" He said, "Yeah." Did Pookie used to live across the road? I said, "Yes, sir. That's my cousin." Oh, well, we used to ride, and then tell them what happened on that fateful day.
We
in the
made
back seat.
Grandpa Joe was going to have chicken houses out here one time, and he had 2 chicken house pads built right there. That's the reason that that's level like it is
Yeah.
there for a way.
Okay.
And anyway, we made he never did anything with it in 25 years and nothing ever happened.
Right.
But we made us a little motorcycle racetrack.
Okay. Because y'all rode them little dirt bikes back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were about.
Sorry about that. I don't know where we. All right. Let's try
But
again.
anyway, my mother had been to the store.
Okay.
And she picked up a bunch of stuff, and she was in our old egg delivering wagon. We was in the chicken business and sold
Yeah.
eggs. And anyway,
And Aunt Tommy was one of very few words, but they meant something when she said
oh
them.
yeah. There was a reason for what.
That's
she
right.
did.
That's right.
And we're out here racing, and old Gary fell off of his out here somewhere out in this area, and it was very obvious he broke his collarbone.
Broke his collarbone. Okay.
Broke his collarbone. So
Rough deal.
somebody said your mother's pulling in over there, and I said, well, let's try to get him over there. So we tried to gather up everything, and we went right back out through the yard there
Okay.
by the house,
Right.
and went on over there. And we got there, and she said, what is wrong? I said, well, I think Gary broke a bone in the shoulder. I said, we need to get him to the emergency room or something. So Mama said, just a minute. She said, move these groceries down in the floorboard
Okay.
and lay Gary down up there. Well, we did, and me and her and somebody else, maybe old Dennis Harper, we all rode with Mama to the emergency room.
Okay.
We got up there
And the dill pickle.
In the deal pickle.
in the pickle, yeah, the pickle car.
Pickle car.
It had made a freight train take a dirt road if it was a freight train had seen it, you know. But anyhow, we got down there at that hospital and got him in there. They put him on one of them
Stretcher.
stretchers,
Gurneys,
and we got him in there, and they put him up on that big white table in there in that ER room, and rolled him over. It was red all over.
Oh, man.
I just, and you can imagine what people
Oh,
thought.
yeah.
Oh, he's got,
Bleeding.
yeah. And ended up, he had set in Mama's cherry pie in the car when we had him in there, and he rode on that cherry pie all the way to the hospital.
So he thought his butt was bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't move the groceries like we should have.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was,
What to say? My broken collarbone. I didn't
Yeah,
know where the
oh,
blood was coming from.
oh, Gary, I run into him, and last year, I think I had just ran into him down at Lone Star,
Okay.
and talked to him for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And we always have to kind of rehash just a little
Oh,
of that.
well, that's all of us. Yeah.
He was a city policeman
Okay.
for about 35 years,
Yeah.
while I was being a fireman for
Yeah.
about 30 years down
Yeah.
there. But we were graduated the same
Y'all
time.
done a lot of clearing out here, it looks like.
Yeah. We have. You know, you was mentioning something earlier. Let's walk over here by the lane. 'Cause I
What
forgot.
is that in that corner?
That's a fallen tree.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought it was an excavator.
That's what
It
it
looks
looks
like
like.
Yeah.
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 Homemade one made out
Oh, yeah.
of logs.
Well, there it is. Randy's been out here really doing a lot of work.
Oh.
He's got that skid steer, and then, well, you know, it gets so overgrown so quick out here. Yeah. But, you know, we was talking before we came on, just reminiscing of some more private memories and things. But
Yeah.
as we age, we kind of appreciate our heritage a little bit more. And you was mentioning, and I think we all have our own bouts through life, but that house knew the real deal, the real prayer, and how much that really matters in your life, you know. And I think a lot of our blessing that if it ain't that way, is how I'm gonna believe it, is the hedge of protection that's been put around this family. We didn't know death to speak of for a long, long
A
time.
long time.
Yeah,
Long
and as toe-headed as
And
you and I were
yeah.
to avoid big problems.
It really devastated me when Arthur and Romelda, our great
Signal though. Well, we're back. Sorry, guys. You were talking about Arthur and Romelda.
Yeah,
that would have been
that
our great.
our great
Okay.
grandparent,
Okay.
Joe's
And see, we didn't even know Pawpaw Joe. Yeah.
He must have passed in '68.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He was about to take on a new church that night.
Gloryland.
That was
Where is
No,
Gloryland?
Gloryland was the one he was leaving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gloryland's down in St. Augustine.
See, I
County.
had it all
Kinda
wrong then.
Eastern St. Augustine County.
Okay.
And I went down. That's where I learned to play guitar.
Okay.
Is down there in that church. And,
Okay.
and a little lady named Minnie Lou Husband. I hope somebody that watches this would know. She'd set up there. She lived a short lady.
What was her name?
Minnie Lou Husband.
Minnie Lou Husband.
And she'd get up there, and
Y'all get some history today.
and she was a great lady, and she could play that piano. She was a little bit limited in how many different keys she could play
Okay.
in, but
Well, if
I
you
didn't
could play in
care
a
if-
Pentecostal church back then, you was a musician,
yeah.
son.
And she'd take time to stop and shout a little bit. They just needed a preacher
Yeah.
up there, and he kind of moved around
Sure.
some, and he helped them get that in a new church kind of going down there.
Okay. Now he was more. Of course, I've never heard any of this. Was he more fire and brimstone? I mean, he was.
Oh yeah, he could throw that leg out and go, woo, like that, and throw a handkerchief in there and catch that thing on the way back down. That was a sign of a good one, a
Yeah,
seasoned Pentecostal preacher.
That's
when they
right.
Throw that white handkerchief up and hit the ceiling,
And come
catch
back.
it on the leg
Boy, I
right
tell
there,
you
and
what.
kick that leg up.
That's all right.
That's what I learned from sitting on the stage playing that guitar.
That's right. You saw it
You
all.
never dropped it, huh?
Oh man, that's something else. Yeah, he died on '68 on a tractor rollover of all things. Well, they
Was
say
that here?
no, not on
It was
this
out at
Melrose. wasn't it?
Melrose.
Yeah.
Melrose.
They say only a few things kill a man or kill a farmer on a tractor, and that's roll over and lightning.
Yeah.
Right. So I've hadn't rolled over. I almost got hit by lightning out here that first year I was here. Do you know about that? I was doing one of these videos out in the middle of the pasture. A little thunderstorm come up, and you can even see it on the video. The whole thing just skits. I mean, lightning hit that tree right there, and I was right under. Didn't know what
Daddy
it hit.
got hit in that field just other side of that tree line right there, but he got hit
A glancing
outside
blow.
the tractor,
Okay.
and there was just enough moisture on the tires and stuff for it to run. He from then on the rest of his life, he'd get a thunderstorm and he'd get under a shed, and boy, he'd see it lightning, and
Yeah.
he'd throw
I-
them fingers over
Yep, I got you.
his ears, and it
That
really,
stuff will make a punk out of Popeye right there, son. Quick.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care how big a man you are. You're like, wait a
That's
second. Maybe I'm not in control.
Yeah. And he'd already had some cows. He got the cattle business.
Oh, that's right.
Right over across the road. We took Gary Nix that night, and they all got under a tree.
The cows did.
I said, "What happened to them, Dick?" He said, "Them fools all got under a tree and got struck by lightning."
So he got right back out of the cattle business pretty quick.
Oh yeah. He cleaned them out. They
Wiped out all
killed
the
the whole herd.
whole herd.
You can call 8 of them.
Goodness.
That was his herd. Kimberly, what do you remember about this old lane? We used to ride bikes or something up and down it, didn't we?
I don't remember riding bikes.
You remember the old red truck that you sat in?
The red truck. Oh man, I don't, Pooh. Yeah. I hope it's signal hold. We ain't doing too good on finding a tree. We doing too many memories.
You know, I don't ever remember getting to the end though.
Oh,
I remember
well,
walking it, but I don't
yeah.
remember getting to
Well,
the
there's an end to it now.
end. It seems so long when you're little.
Man, you remember all them old pine trees? You ain't seen them hubcaps up here? Yeah.
I don't know what these are.
There's some back there.
We used to have an old refrigerator that was shot at it.
Yeah, that and the sweet gum tree.
Yeah, that sweet gum tree, it looked like a whole platoon of
Y'all shot it down.
woodpeckers had been up there. in
Y'all
the top.
shot it down.
Acorn woodpeckers.
Yeah, there's Poogie's bike probably.
I don't know,
It don't look old enough
That little Swin type had them little skinny tires on it. And
Yeah.
That's the Oldsmobile.
That's a little. Is that a little piece of a
That's
truck?
That's the Oldsmobile.
Ruby had Oldsmobile.
Oh, yes, she did.
I think that's a little piece of a Tonka truck.
I don't know where I'm thinking. I don't know how you can see on this thing.
Look at that.
It is, ain't
Wow.
it?
That's probably what you got your first Christmas.
Yeah, I have.
It don't look old enough though.
No, it don't look old enough to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 52 miles.
Yeah. This looks like this is probably a dinosaur transport truck,
Yeah, probably.
probably.
Yeah, that's an Oldsmobile hubcap right
Yeah.
there, and it's old GMC pickup.
Yeah. Boy, that old garage is falling in now, but man, she'd always keep that big old thing. Man, I remember the blinker. We'd be going to. Oh, go ahead. No.
You know what I'd do is I'd sit in there on a rainy day and listen to an 8-track.
Mm-hmm. We had Jerry Clower and an Oldsmobile tape.
I was
Remember
listening
that?
to music. Yeah, I was listening to the Oldsmobile tape.
Yep.
8-track.
She didn't have but 2 or 3, and we wore them out.
Yeah.
Under that AC, that's the only AC in the house was in her bedroom, remember?
Well, I'd sit in the carport sometimes in the car and listen to
Oh,
it.
would you
I would.
crank the car?
No, probably turn the key backwards. Back then,
It
you
ran
had
the battery
keys.
down,
Wow.
probably.
Never folded them for
That
it.
old pickup she had, that
Bonnie still
I
got it.
called her headed to town to buy that day.
Yeah.
It always had a draw in the battery. Something in there was drawing a little bit of voltage off the battery, and that thing if you let it sit 4 or 5 days, and you'd have to get out there with a pair of jumper cables.
Oh, man.
And to this day, I think it's still on. And it's been a long
That's
time.
strange.
Well, I don't know if the signal's going to hold in the woods, so we may record it and post it up a little later, but we're going to end the live for now. Appreciate y'all tuning in. You can sound off where you're at, but I'll probably, the live, it's not holding too good, so
Yeah.
we'll probably just roll a recording and post it here in a little while.
Well, that's
And
good.
Y'all get another
We
earful.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
Did you?
Oh, I did
Well, you know,
that.
that's the thing
I
about all
learned
these.
a lot on these little walk and talks.
I mean, of course, Buddy still owns this place, and he's let me live here and take care of it. But man, these old home places don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Poogie. I mean, nobody has that place to go back to, and I just feel privileged to be here. So, it ain't much, it ain't fancy, and I say it's pretty much woman-proof from living here. I don't know if a woman would live in that house, but
I remember your mother and them up the top of this hill up here, hoeing them peas
yeah,
and corn and stuff.
okay,
I mean, just everywhere you look, there's some kind of memory.
oh man, that first
of things
year,
that- and me being the first one, the first
yeah,
kid.
yeah, you got to
own
see
this
it all,
place,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing about and that's why I started this. Really, when I moved back, remember how bad it looked up here? It still ain't got much better, but
But
Yeah.
it's coming along.
But I started doing the videos just to share with the family that wanted to watch it. And man, the memories. I mean, you live here for a year. Now,
Yeah.
they kind of fade after it becomes kind of your place and where you live after 6 years, but they're still there. So I know what y'all are experiencing, because it's just,
I got some videos that it is living proof that Uncle Nolan did at one time love me. Before he taught me ag.
yeah, we come from.
Warriors in the family, though.
All right, I don't know where we lost yet. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're just talking about all the blessings and how far it's reached out. I'm going to end the live, y'all, so we're missing some stories because the signal keeps fading out. But I'll record it, and we'll probably post it a little later. Thank y'all for tuning in for the ramblings. But we'll be talking to you in a minute. All right.